So I've been asked to talk about our electric system restoration outage process. We buy power from TVA. We have 3 delivery points from TVA. Trinity is one of our delivery points. Decatur Primary is one of our delivery points, and Cedar Lake is one of our delivery points. What that means to us that TVA has to supply power to those substations, which are primary substations. From there, it steps down to a 46,000 volt line. We step it down, and the lines you see here circles our system. From there, the 46 feeds our distribution substations. Once we have power to our delivery points, from there to our distribution substations, we take it from there to our distribution lines, which that means on the distribution lines it feeds out, and that's what actually feeds the customers. You'll see it going from 3-phase down to single-phase down the surfaces to your house. TVA has to supply power to us in order to supply power to our primary meters, our primary substations. When that does occur, from there on, it's all DU system to repair, restore, and get the power back on. Without TVA, we can't supply power to our customers. So when we do get down to our substations, when you have a substation, it feeds a certain area. We have another substation, it feeds another certain area. We do have the capabilities of picking up some of the load when we have a substation out. So at times when we have large outages, what we'll do, like some of the things we have to look at, tree damage. But the tree contractors has to come in first, trim the lines out, remove certain amount of trees for us in order to be able to, 1, be able to get in there with our vehicles and set poles. 2, have straight lines through our poles to be able to pull wire back. When we have those areas, we'll try to isolate lines, pick it up from other substations potentially in order to get restoring power. But when we have a major storm occurrence, when we have a lot of tree damage, it takes multiple hours with multiple tree crews to remove trees. And keep in mind, we can't go to the single phase stuff and expect to feed it without our feeder lines. That is just entirely, it's not possible. What I mean by that, if a line's down, there's no other way to feed it. Even if the substation's out, we can feed it from another substation, but without those feeder lines, nothing gets fed. So you may not see crews in one area saying that we got damage here. It could be the downline stuff that we can't feed just yet. So we have to back up and get our feeder lines all back to where we can actually supply power all the way down from a 3-phase line to a single-phase line, which feeds a transformer, which feeds a house. So just because you see a lot of damage in your area, we may be in another area building the feeder lines back to it. And that's something that's really, there's no other way to actually get around that. A lot of people has a lot of struggles of, they see us drive by areas and not working on it. It's because we can't feed that area yet. There's no sense of spending multiple hours and possibly days on something we can't supply power to. It's a methodical approach from TVA to Decatur Utilities, and from our system then from a 46,000 volt line to feed our substations, to feed our feeder lines, to feed our single phase lines, which feeds a transformer that feeds your house. Once we get to that point and we start bringing feeder lines up, bringing substations back up, then we look at our priorities. We get our hospitals back up. We get a lot of those associated with nursing homes. We get those priorities back up. When there's large scale outages, we look at also your Walmart, your grocery stores where people can get some supplies and stuff. So it's a methodical approach that we try to pick everything up once we get to a certain point.